Hello everyone! Welcome to the Sauce Boxx kitchen! Hope you guys are hungry. I am making something I'm going to be really excited to eat when I'm done. How many of you have ever had or ordered chicken Parmesan? So like an Italian restaurant, Olive Garden, something like that. I'm sure somebody's had it somewhere, or maybe you've cooked it at home. We are going to do a version of chicken Parmesan. And so today I have our spicy Kertz. So I'm going to salt and pepper our chicken. I get so excited when I bought these bowls because I always see them on Food Network. And I've always wanted to do it. So this is my big debut of my bowls, you guys. Do you love it? Isn't it so fancy? Right now I have my oven preheating to 450 degrees. And that's what we're gonna be throwing our chicken into. So we're gonna first fry this chicken on the stove. It'll give it a nice crust, and then we'll throw it in the oven to finish cooking. That's when we'll cheese it, all that. So I have some flour. I have eggs that I have beaten, and then I also have my breadcrumbs, okay? So you can use panko, you can use that, but I use breadcrumbs. These are Italian style. If you can see right here, they already have like some seasonings in it. And then what I like to do is, this is an option where you can put Parmesan cheese and mix it in. It's just gonna coat on the cheese. So I did both sides, dip. It's gonna go into the egg. So the flour is gonna give it something sticky for the egg to make it like adhese. Okay, so I just dip this back and forth in my egg, and now we're gonna go in our breadcrumb mixture, back and forth. And what I like to do is like squish that baby in there, real good. Make sure you get all the breading on there, okay? There you go, lay it in. I always thought that this was fun to do in the kitchen with my mom, to do this process, you know? Or you can have your kids, like, if they want to be a part of like cooking, you can have them beat the eggs or put the breadcrumbs out. Make them grate the cheese or something. So let's get cooking, you guys. Okay, oil's going in. Heat that baby up. Now when you're gonna fry, this is not just a light saute, so you gotta put in some good amount of oil. I'll leave you the recipe. So if you're gonna do the 4 breasts, you're gonna need like a cup of oil. We're going in, you guys. So you don't want this to fry for too long because we're not trying to cook it, we're just trying to make a nice crispy crust. So 2 minutes on each side and then back in the pan. I can already see the whiteness. When you start to see your chicken cook, you can kind of see it come up on the sides, like it's giving it a nice crust. If we're talking oil and what you want to fry with, you want something that's going to have a really high burning rate. So a coconut oil, avocado oil, vegetable oil, not a healthier option, but that is definitely an option that you can go with. Okay. So I can see it starting to brown. Like I said, the white is climbing up on the side from the chicken. I love that noise. Oh, the satisfaction. Okay, I just flipped this and it has a really pretty golden crust. That's what you're looking for. If you start to pull this up and you don't see a golden crust, let it keep going. Look at this. I look like a pro. Okay, golden. I'm gonna move this to our pan where it's gonna finish cooking. This is where the magic will happen. You can serve this with a side salad. You can serve this with spaghetti. I'm gonna make zucchini for you guys, but you can also definitely put this on a sandwich. Who doesn't love a crispy chicken sandwich? Okay, I got provolone cheese, but actually before we do the cheese, let's do the important part. Spicy Kertz. Gosh, every time I smell this, I feel like I just want to put it right in and just spoon it right in my mouth. Might as well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys this when I'm done. I'm gonna do half of it. So I got 1 spoonful, 2 spoonful, and you wanna coat this. So let me give you a view of what I'm doing. So I just got done breading the chicken and frying it. We have a layer, see the top 2 there? We have a layer of spicy Kertz on. It's our creamy tomato. So I'm gonna sauce the rest of these. I'm gonna load them up with some cheese. They're going in the oven to finish cooking. I got my oven going at 450 degrees, and the chicken is gonna finish cooking, but then the cheese is also gonna be melting. The cheese should get nice and bubbly and brown, and it basically just starts screaming, eat me, eat me. All right, I got my girl, Tillamook cheese. Okay, here's another really cool part about this meal. You can use any cheese you like or any cheese that you have on hand. I'm using Italian cheeses because this is traditionally an Italian dish and they made the rules. So we're gonna follow their rules. So I'm gonna put on, I have sliced cheese here. This would be a really, really good time to grate some Parmesan cheese if you wanna do grated. I'm gonna cut this in half to finish off this part. This is gonna be so pretty and rustic. Then you'd want to top it with some cilantro or some basil sauce and then just let that cheese bubble up over it and just do its thing. Let the cheese sing to you, if you will. So provolone. You could use mozzarella. You can use Parmesan. You can use, I have provolone. You can do Swiss. Some people use cheddar because it's like that's what they have on hand and that's kind of their preference. That's their wheelhouse. Totally doable. So what I love about cooking with Sauce Boxx products is that you don't have to fit a certain mold. You can kind of improvise. When you have like a million kids like I do, you just gotta improvise. Okay, the other thing I'm gonna do, because it's cheese, and who doesn't love cheese? I'm actually gonna sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. I have some shredded Parmesan cheese as well. Of course, that's just me being extra. I don't know a girl who doesn't love cheese, so you can definitely go without. You can layer it first. This is gonna be incredible. Okay, version 1 is done. Doesn't look like much now, but you wait. It's going in the oven. Okay, 15 minutes. Version 2 is chicken Parmesan. I want all the flavors, but I'm gluten-free, so I can't have the breadcrumbs. No problem. Use a gluten-free version of breadcrumbs or use panko. Well, I don't necessarily want to go through all of that process. No problem. We're gonna do a version of what we have in the oven right here on the stove. Some people just like to cook one pot. I understand that completely, so I'm gonna give you this version, okay? All right, I'm gonna add some more oil. Heat up our pan. Chicken's going in. Salt. Pepper. This is a really good option right here too if you wanted to use like a garlic powder or if you wanted to use your favorite seasonings or an Italian seasoning. Totally do that. You can totally do that. You can start to see the white climb up on the sides of the chicken. It's amazing. Then you're gonna salt and pepper the other side. And then I'm gonna add some loaded garlic and herb butter. And then I'm actually gonna turn on the heat. So you gotta be careful with the loaded garlic and herb butter because if you're cooking on super duper high, you're gonna burn the garlic. Nobody wants burnt garlic. Flip. Okay, so look at this. Sneak peek. So do you see on this chicken how it has like the crust and everything that from what we just did? It's like free flavor. Okay, loaded garlic and herb butter. You really get to use your preference here. I usually use a tablespoon. I'm cooking on medium high. It's going into my pan. It's gonna start to melt. It's just gonna pack in some more flavor. You're gonna see the leftover herbs on the chicken. You're gonna smell the garlic being cooked. You're You're gonna look like a total pro in front of your family. When you eat this, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is better than Olive Garden. We're gonna go spicy Kertz. Oh my goodness. Okay, this color is so gorgeous. I love that you get all of that chunks of cilantro left over. This is, if you like spicy, you guys, this is probably gonna be one of your favorite sauces. Okay, so then we're doing the same thing. You have an option here for cheese. Going over, cheese going over. I'm doing double cheese. I have provolone in there right now. I got Parmesan on the top. There we go. Okay, so turn down the heat. I'm gonna put a lid on. This is gonna melt our cheese. It's gonna be so good. Okay, so while we have our chicken going in there, we need to work up a side dish. It's zucchini season, y'all. Spicy Kertz goes so good with zucchini. Turn my pan on. So we still have about 8 minutes until our chicken is done down here. And so I'm gonna be cooking kind of on like a medium low. Zucchini doesn't take very long at all. I'm gonna start with some oil. And I'm only gonna do about a tablespoon of oil so that the zucchini doesn't burn, the zucchini doesn't stick. Okay, let's give our zucchini a little bit of a salt. Then let's check on our chicken. Salt is actually meant not to put flavor into food like, oh, this tastes like salt. No, nobody wants that, right? But the salt is actually used to either draw moisture out of something to pack it back in with flavor, or it's used to draw out the flavor that's already there. That's why you always see chefs cooking in layers and using salt in layers. All my chefs that I work with always say, you need to finish with salt. You need to finish it with the salt. Putting some loaded garlic and herb, letting that baby melt. It's gonna melt and leave over all the herbs. And it's gonna run its course all over. And it's gonna go, oh, hello, zucchini. And the zucchini will be like, hello, thyme. Hello, chives. Hello, garlic. Oh my gosh, there it's melting. So you can start to see all the herbs come out. Ooh, our timer is going off, you guys. Chicken's done. This is on medium. It's clearly doing its thing. It's happy. We're gonna let it sit unchaperoned for a minute. I'm pulling out our chicken. Okay, if you've seen any of my cooking stuff yet, you gotta do something pretty. I like color, I like layers, I like texture. So again, serve it with a side salad, serve it with spaghetti. You can do spaghetti, fettuccine, you can do a different kind of noodle. You can use our spicy Kertz on it. You can toss it with some melted loaded garlic and herb butter. We also have so many other butter varieties that you can use as well. Our cowboy butter is really popular. That would be really, really special on any of your veggies or your pasta. Really easy, quick meal as well. Okay. Look at that sexy cheese. Oh yes, I said sexy cheese. You were thinking it. I just said what we were all thinking. Sexy cheese. Oh, darn, this is really crispy. Okay. Version number 1. Chicken Parmesan with spicy Kertz. Cooked in the oven, easy peasy. Put in breadcrumbs, fried. This is the stovetop version. No breadcrumbs, saute right here on the pan. It's like way, way faster. Look at this disobedient little thing. Ooh, you know what I really like about this stovetop version? The chicken, the way, or excuse me, the cheese, the way that it thins out. You can see this spicy Kertz popping through. Okay, so we have zucchini that's been tossed in our loaded garlic and herb butter. Look at those herbs that are left over. We have our chicken that has been 2 versions. It's been breaded, the spicy Kertz. This is unbreaded on the stove with our spicy Kertz.